Good morning all. Today we would be learning about report writing. So what is a report writing? When we talk about report, the word report itself gives into our mind, might be this would be writing something about some investigation. So report writing is such. Report writing is when we are talking about, it's a statement of the results of an investigation or any matter on which definite information is required. So when we are talking about reports, when we are talking about report writing, usually when do we see this report writing? So when it is report writing, it's a statement of the results of an investigation. So who all are involved into report writing? There are various different fields: professionals, journalists, technically even we are connected with various reports to government organizations and various things, all are involved and all have to create their own report, either the sales report or investigation report or any sort of report. But yes, you will have to do the report writing, the statement of the results of an investigation or any matter on which definitive information is required. So according to the report, we give our detailed information about what was observed, what was studied, what is learnt out of, what are the results of the final. So we give out the final report. So report writing is such. So when we are doing report writing is again a professional writing. Report writing is professional writing. So we have to follow a proper pattern so that our report is properly understood, properly taken, and it gives the information that we want to deliver. Like as we even in communication process that we learn. So this is again a process where you are writing it, but it has to be understood by the reader, the clear message that you want to pass. So your report writing has to be very precise, detailed and well understood. Fine. So next when we are looking into, first point that we will take care of is report are highly structured form of writing. Structured form of writing, because when we are presenting a report, we have to follow a proper structuring, a proper pattern that in a glance it is understood. It should not be in an untidy manner. It should be in a professional manner that is well understood, well structured. A well information designing has to be done, because the information that we are sharing, it should be designed in a proper manner, a proper structure. Fine, it should be skimmed well before the report is presented. Fine. Again, when we are looking into reports, vary in their purpose, but all of them will require a formal structure. So again when we are taking it, reports may vary. There are different sort of reports. It may vary organization to organization, people to people with various reasons. Sales report, weather report, otherwise the whole annual report. Various reports are being shared. Technical report. So when we are seeing various reports being shared, reports may vary their purpose, but all of them require a formal structure. Any report, it cannot be given into an unorganized manner. It has to be designed well, structured well, presented well, so in a glance that you understand. When you look at the report, the first thing itself, that when you see the title and you will understand, okay, what report is this? and then accordingly, just in a glance at least you would understand what the report is. In report there could be graphical forms even and various things, but everything has to be structured in a proper manner. And how would we do it? Now let us learn further about it. And again, when we talk about, it depends on the results and discussions. The reports are presented accordingly. Out of the whole, all discussions happen, results, observations, all this combined together, the report is shared, and accordingly it has to be well organized and designed well so that it is understood well. It should be in a proper formatting, a proper formal format. So now when we are looking into, let's take first look about stages of report writing. So when we are looking into the stages of report writing, first stage when we are talking about is reason of writing. See, when we are talking about the reason of writing, it's clearly understood. When you are creating a report, you should have the purpose of that report. You should know for what are you writing this report. What is this report for? So that is the reason. Without reason, naturally, there is no sense in report. There is no sense in report writing. And it would not even be understood. You will not even know what to write. So first is the reason that you should know for report writing. Second is when you know the reason. Accordingly you will have to do the planning. Because now when you are doing report writing, you have the reason that okay, I am going to write the annual report. I have to share the annual report for the board meeting. So accordingly what I will do, because when I am going to share it with my management, I will not give it in an unorganized form, or whatever came into my mind I wrote it. So how would we do the planning? We would first have we have to collect the complete information required. Fine, collect the information, again recheck it, confirm, and when we are planning it again, we will have to see to it is a correct and a perfect information that we are getting it. So accordingly we will work it out, and when we are preparing it, when we are working on these things, when the planning is done, planning has a turnaround time, that this is the deadline, by this time I have to complete the report so that it can finally, all the editing part, proofreading part, everything is designed properly, structured properly. Before the presentation it is finally rechecked, designed, like proofread, structured, everything completes. So we will even have to have deadline, turnaround time. This is again, these two are very important factors that we need in planning. Next, when we are looking into, first, now when we were taking about, we have the reason, we have done the planning. Next, what will we do? As the planning done, I have to now collect the information. So now, collecting information. So when we are talking about collecting information, how would we do that? First is, what is the purpose? We have to understand the purpose of writing. So accordingly, for that purpose, the information I want to give, who is the right person that I should contact, who can give me the perfect information. Suppose, like when we were talking about the annual meet. So in annual meeting there are various departments whose report I need to take. I have to synchronize all, and then accordingly then it will be, then I have to do the proofreading, designing and all, because all are different these things which I will be finally sharing it. So what I will do, I will contact the right concerned departments to collect the information that I have to finally publish it or share it. So before that, what I would do, I would collect information from the right departments, the correct genuine places where I would get whatever the purpose is. According to the purpose, I will have to collect the information so that the coherence is taken care of, and even the correctness, the correct information is shared, because when we are sharing information, it should not be unchecked, incorrect. Genuinity is very important, that yes, the information is genuine. So when I am collecting the information, I should know the purpose. According to the purpose, right department or person. And again, when we are collecting the information, there should be, while collecting the information, we should be careful in analyzing. Yes, so we can say analysis, listing and planning. So while collecting the information, when we are collecting, it's not just we are collecting it. We have to be careful in analysis, that yes, this is the information that I need. This is right. This is useful. This is useless. You should be able to analyze it properly. Accordingly, you have to list it up. What all information you want. Please check it, recheck it, that yes, received, unreceived. So accordingly, what is unreceived? Now next step, what am I going to do? Whom do I contact? How do I collect the information? Because you have a deadline which you have to follow. Accordingly, you will be working it out. Then accordingly, when you have got the information, you have analyzed it, you have listed it, now you will plan it, that how to execute it, how to now finally draft it or design it. Fine, because it should be in a formal format. Next part we would take is organizing information. So we have gathered the information, we have analyzed it, fine, we have listed it now, and now what is the right way of organizing it? How do we organize it in a proper manner, the report that we have shared? Again, even in report writing, we would follow the introduction. We will introduce that this is the report for so and so thing. So again, it should be organized in a proper manner, a proper format. A proper format has to be proper format. Fine, this is important again. Now the helpful way of organizing collected information into the topics is to brainstorm the ideas by writing the main theme in the center of the paper. So when we are organizing it, so it is again we are designing it. First is so that people can in a glance understand what is this report for. The helpful way to organize the collected information, first is into the topic is to brainstorm. How? When we would be highlighting in center, think. Brainstorming is again thinking, writing, giving the right information, which again structure it in such a way that the opposite person even gets tempted to read your report. So what would you do? The idea by writing the main theme. What is the theme? What is the report I am sharing for? I will write it into the center of the page, so that in a glance they understand, okay, this is the report for this. So it would again tempt them to get into the details of the report. What is analyzed? What is observed? What is the final results of this report? And that would again write it in such a way it creates a impact. Fine. Again, next what we would do is writing report. When we are organizing it, writing report. In organizing itself, we will talk about writing report. So again, as we said, writing report, each idea. First is when you are doing the pre-writing part, each and every idea, please circle it or underline them so that you understand it well. And you can again frame it out that what would come first, the uniformity of the whole structure is while writing it is followed. So the uniformity of the writing part is done, that yes, this after this, and the exact perfect information it speaks about. Then next it would go is the correctness of what we are writing, whatever information that we have collected. Now when we are presenting, it should be rightly communicated, it should be rightly written so that there is no misunderstanding. And again, the complete information, the completeness of the information is again very important when we are doing this report writing. It should be completely present, the report has to be complete. If it is not complete, it is not the final report. The report can create again a misunderstanding or problem. Next, when we are looking at it is structure of report. So when we are talking about the structure of the report, how about the structure of the report? When we are any report that we are going to, there are few things that we would take care of. First, when we start structuring it, it's designing it. So again it is information designing, structuring it in a proper manner that in a glance it is understood. So we would first start with title. Again we will have the cover title, title page. So again the titling, subtitling that we take care of. So again it is the title, that what is this report for, mainly that we would take care. Then the cover, again step by step that we would go, the covering the topics accordingly, the title page, and those things step by step that we would have to follow. Why the title? It is like the subject. When we are giving the title, it is like the subject, that this is, looking at the title you will understand it, yes, this is the report for. Again the cover and the title page, when we give it, it is like, yes, this is for this and this is for this, further how into the report that it is following. Again when we are the cover, when we are covering the points, fine, after title, when we are covering the points and other things, what we will take care is what we are covering, the points, fine, what we cover, that we will take care is, first is the report title, which clearly states the purpose of the report. The title itself, in a glance it should be understood that what is this report for, why is this report made, for what purpose. So the purpose has to be understood only in first glance of the title. Next when we give is, next point is full details of the person or persons. There might be only one person who has written the report or investigated it, or it could be even multiple people who have worked on this report. So accordingly, full details of the persons for whom the report is prepared. Fine. Same way, why we will give the complete details for whom we are going to submit this. Might be we have in a company, we are going to address it to one, or might be to multiple people. Like even if we are talking at our place, we might report it to the manager, to the vice chairman, to the chairman, to the director, multiple people. So again, whom all we are going to report, whomever we are going to forward it, we will again have to full details of those people, even we will have to share it accordingly. And next is, again the important point is the full details of persons or person again who prepared the report. So these are some important points that we need to remember, because even now who has prepared the report, when we are submitting the report, professional way is again we will have to address who has prepared the report. We will have to even share the complete details of those people accordingly. Next important point we will take care of is the date of the presentation of the report. When we are going to present the report, we will have to even give the date of the presentation of the report, which is very important. Next we will have is, the important point is acknowledgement. What are the acknowledgements? Again it is a short paragraph that we are acknowledging the people. Might be due all those people who helped us. We are acknowledging the people all who helped us in this. during this report might be we have done various survey through various people's help, might be librarian, the technician, or various other people who have helped us in collecting. So we are acknowledging them, we are thanking them. So in our report even we can do this part. So now further we would be understanding about the table content and remaining things about the report forming, the drafting and other things in the next session. Thank you for today.